Morning. Well, it's afternoon now. I've just been doing my chores all morning, had breakfast, and then I'm going to go and empty my muck spreader because we've had sort of two dry days. It's quite windy and nice now, so I want to take the chance and get that spreader empty because all my cattle need scraping out again. So see how wet the ground is, and then I've been doing salmonella tests. I've got to go and take them to the post office. Yeah, we have to do salmonella tests in each of these chicken sheds every... Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's every 2 months. Which is just, you basically just have to put some boot swabs on and walk through the shed, send them off to a lab. But if you forget, which we have done, and you miss, if they're late at all, there's no leeway. If you're late, you can get quite a big fine, over £1,000 fine. So, and of course we've got 4 sheds, and all the sheds need doing at different times. So it's a bit of a, yeah, you've got to sort of keep on top of it because they don't remind you. They don't like send you a text or a letter to remind you when they need doing. It's entirely up to you to keep on top of it, and then you get an egg inspection in theory twice a year, but it's usually only once a year. And the first thing he asks for is to see all your salmonella test reports, and then he lays them all out on the table and he goes, "Oh, you've missed one," and then you're in big trouble. So it's just one of them things you got to do. But so I had 2 sheds. One, the newest flock that come in, they're probably borderline overdue actually. I realised this morning. And then the 3rd shed, which is probably not due for another week. But it doesn't matter whether you do them early. You can do them early. You just can't really leave them too late. So I thought I'll do those 2 together. And it's only one trip to the post office, isn't it? So yeah, you can try and get them all in sync, but the trouble is because we're always getting rid of a shed every couple of months, you just about get them all in sync, and then you have a new flock, and then you all go out of sync again. So it's not, there's no point trying too hard because you end up just doing them way more often than you should when you need to. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to empty the spreader, and then I can scrape all my cattle out and bed my cattle up again. So that's today's job. Now, I want to try and worm some sheep as well. Got some wormers, so I want to go over those store lambs that I got, and the couples, the lambs of the couples. They're not very big, so I thought I'd give them all a bit of a worm as well. Dose. I've done the cattle, I've done the 4 calves that were outside, the suckler calves, and I've done the 2. None of the cows seemed like they needed worming, so I didn't bother with the cows because they're all fat. But and I've done the 2 store bullocks that are outside as well. Finally, I've been saying I was going to do that months ago, but here we are. So yeah. There's a fair bit of grass on here now. Shame we've not got some dry weather. Can't mow this bit anyway because I've caked muck all over it. But yeah, there'll be plenty of sheep grazing grass here. The ground's a bit tender. Places. Anyway, not to worry. I put 2 bales in. Just getting sick of having to do it all the time, so I thought, right, I'll put 2 bales in and hopefully they'll be alright for a week or so. They're eating some quite wet silage that was, I think it was second cut stuff off a 4 acre, which is reseeded grass, so it's quite stalky stuff. And because the field's always a bit tender, we obviously didn't ted it out. And it's a bit of a sheltered field, so it didn't dry at all, so the silage is real wet. But yeah, you notice the difference in how much straw you need to use when you're feeding wet silage. Yeah, it is really worth the time, taking the time to spread your grass out and try and get it as dry as you can. Yeah, this passageway just ends up like almost like one sucking out of a tanker rather than my spreader, because I've got no slurry door on that, so you can't really put sloppy stuff in. You've got to sort of like fill the back of it with some firmer stuff and then fill it up with put the slop in the front. It's not ideal. Anyway, on to the next job. I think it was maybe go and worm these sheep next. Well, I don't know where to go and empty that spreader. It's only half full, but the way the ground is, I'm just wondering whether it'd be worth going and getting rid of it while it's nice, because it is supposed to maybe rain tomorrow. If it rains, it's going to be sat in the spreader. I think I'll go and spread this out of the way. I will have to move the other tractor first. Yeah, get that out of the way, I think, and it's not sat in the spreader. And then I might go and worm some sheep. I'm not putting it off. I really do enjoy worming sheep. I'm just thinking about the spreader, that's all. Got back home. Yeah, I was just having a look. I was getting out this tractor. This thing, does anyone know what that is? Because I found that wedged in this tyre like that a couple of weeks ago when we were carting bales, haylage bales. And yeah, don't know what the hell it is. Some sort of back scratcher. But yeah, we pulled it out of this tyre, and I sort of spit on it a bit, and it did seem like there was air coming out, but I mean that was like 2 weeks ago now, and this tyre hasn't gone down, or hasn't gone all the way down anyway. So maybe it sealed itself. I don't know whether there's any gunk. Maybe there's a bit of gunk in that tyre. Thinking about it, maybe there is actually. So that's maybe why it sealed itself. Right, let's go and worm some sheep, I think. Oh god, they probably need bedding up, don't they? Yeah. It's probably more important than worming sheep actually. Yeah, I better do that. I'm going to go and worm these sheep now. Oh, it gets bloody too late. Might just go and have a drink first. I haven't had a drink all day. And then we're going to go and have a look at these sheep. Before we go, I thought I could just do a bit of a review on a 200 TDI Green Land Rover Defender. No, I'm joking. We are going to go and worm some sheep now. I'm just going to see if these two were in the sick pen. They're still alive. Well, he's not in the sick pen, so I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. He can't be too sick, otherwise how would he have got out of the sick pen? Oh, shit. It's all them done anyway. Bye, Jim. They are. It's all the sheep done. I've actually done all the things I said I was going to do today. I can't believe it really, it doesn't happen very often. So, go home and feed my calves. To do with fixing some of my calf pens to the wall a bit better, because they aren't really fixed in place where they are, and if they push against the hurdles they could easily get out. So, Dan was going to make me some bolts with like a hook on the end to stick through the wall so I can tie the hurdles to it. So I don't know how he got on with that. I need to go and have a look in the workshop, see how many he managed to make. I might go and fit them now. So yeah, not a bad day really. Yeah, well, I might end it here now, this video, or I might do a bit more, I don't know. We'll see.